Hey there, this is Ranjit and I have the Asus Zenfone 5 with me, and in this video we'll be doing the camera review of this Zenfone 5. The rear facing camera on this Zenfone 5 is an 8 megapixel shooter with LED flash, and it can record video in 1080p, that's full HD. Regarding the front facing camera, it's a 2 megapixel shooter, and this can also record video in 1080p. I did take some selfies with the front facing camera and also did some video chats, and the quality was decent. I've taken a lot of videos and sample pictures. I'll show you that, but before that let me actually show you the camera interface, and it's right now on my front facing camera. Let me just switch it back to the rear facing camera, and the interface is actually pretty simple. You just tap into a subject and you just hit it and it takes the photograph. I have put the volume as mute, otherwise it takes a clicking sound, but if you keep the phone to mute, it does not make any sound when you take the picture like this, if you notice. And I'll show you some of the modes. Actually, we do have quite a bit of modes over here. As you can see, we have the default auto, time rewind, we even have the HDR mode, and we have this night and the low light mode. The low light mode is actually, they call it the owl mode. As you can see, we have an owl over here. So in low lighting, we can use this one. And actually Asus says that on their pamphlet, that let me actually show you, that this 8 megapixel camera has that pixel master technology, which can take photos up to 400% brighter. I would say yes, the the owl mode, that is kind of the night mode, can take some pictures in low lighting, but again I noticed that it is good for static pictures in that mode, because it does take quite a bit of time to take photos in the night mode or the owl mode. And if you're planning to take pictures of humans, you might get a little bit of shake in that mode, as this device does not have any optical image stabilization. For example, these are the pictures that we took right now, and as you can see, they are kind of okay. This is the picture that I took with the front facing camera. I'll actually show you all these photographs in the full screen mode so that you can get a better idea regarding the camera performance. These pictures were shot with the Asus Zenfone 5 rear facing camera outdoors, and as you can see, outdoors in natural lighting the pictures come out to be really good. They have a lot of detail, and the exposure is also pretty good with this Asus Zenfone 5. So I feel outdoors in natural lighting, this Asus Zenfone 5 does a very good job. In this video with the Asus Zenfone 5 at the highest setting, that's 1080p full HD, but I could not enable any image stabilization in this full HD mode. If we enable the image stabilization, the video resolution falls down to 720p. And let me just walk, it's my roof garden, and we'll slowly pan. And the audio is also being recorded by the internal microphone of this Asus Zenfone 5. And I'm just panning around. And we also do get the tap to focus, so you can quickly just tap to an area so that it quickly auto focuses. I'm now going to tap to that cactus, and as you can see, it's in focus. And now I'm just going to walk back normally. So this should give you an idea about the video recording with this Asus Zenfone 5 outdoors. These pictures were taken in semi-indoor conditions and low lighting conditions, and here the camera had a mixed response. For example, this image was too plasticky, and this was in night with the flash, it came out to be blurry. This was also in very low lighting conditions, and here I feel the picture was very plasticky in nature. This is in the auto mode, but here I enabled the night mode, that is the owl mode, and it came out to be a little bit better. This one is also in the owl mode, but here I went to the normal mode and enabled the flash. If the subject is within 3 feet, the flash is pretty powerful. These were shot with the front facing 2 megapixel camera. Now these were shot in completely artificial light in my office, and here I enabled the owl mode and it does a decent job, I would say, in artificial light in actually the owl mode rather than the auto mode. But again, the pictures are a little bit soft at times and it can cause a little bit of blur if you don't hold the phone very steadily. And even for close-up shots, it was pretty decent. Now I'm shooting this video in artificial light in my office so that it can give you an idea how it performs in completely artificial light. Let me bring closer to an object like this, and we do have that tap to focus, so if you tap in, it will focus. Let me give you an idea. Let me just bring near this. So this should give you an idea about the video recording with the Zenfone 5 in completely artificial light. So what do I think about this Asus Zenfone 5 camera performance? As we have seen from the sample shots, outdoors in natural lighting, the 8 megapixel camera does take actually very good pictures. But when we move to indoor lighting conditions, yes, we do have that night mode and the owl mode. They do help a little bit. But again, I did notice that even in that owl mode and the night mode, there is fair amount of noise in the pictures. And also that night mode and the owl mode is not ideal for taking pictures of human subjects, because sometimes after clicking the button, it takes almost a second or two to take the shot and it can cause a lot of blur. Also, I noticed that in very low lighting conditions in the owl mode, the pictures tend to be a little bit plasticky in nature. So overall, I would say the camera performance is decent outdoors in medium to good lighting, but in very low lighting conditions, it is not as good as some other devices which have optical image stabilization, or even the HTC One M8 or the iPhone 5s, which have superior performance, and not to forget Nokia Lumia devices, which have superior performance in low lighting conditions. Now if we move to the video, here I'm a little bit disappointed. Yes, this device can shoot video in 1080p as we have seen from the samples, but I've noticed that there is a lot of motion blur when we move the camera, and when we are panning around, there is quite a bit of motion blur, and I noticed that even in the outdoor footage and even in the indoor footage. So yes, it can record video in 1080p. One good thing is that the audio that it recorded while shooting the video was very clear, but again, there is a lot of motion blur if you move the camera while shooting the videos. I'll also be doing a full in-depth review of this Asus Zenfone 5, and in fact I've already made quite a few videos on this Asus Zenfone 5. Links for those videos will be in the YouTube show notes. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe, and if you subscribe, you'll be notified when I add a new video. Thank you for watching this video. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.